This lesson video is going to demonstrate to you some very basic ways to begin drawing a portrait. I have a practice sheet for you, and I've already put on the guidelines that you're going to need to use. What I did is I've just drawn a face shape, something oval-ish, and then I took one line with a ruler and divided that face shape in half. And then I divided it in half again. These guidelines help to tell you where the eyes and the nose and the mouth are going to be. The next thing I did was divided in half where the nose will be, and then in half again from this point to the chin where the mouth, the separation for your two lips, will be. So for this one, we're not going to be drawing anyone in particular. We're just going to be learning how to place the face parts in the correct positions. Now, I know a lot of times without this type of a lesson and without these guidelines, people tend to put the eyes way up high because they don't take into account the forehead and the top portion of the head. So let's start. The first thing I'm going to do is this line here is where I'm going to start the eyes. And this is just the top portion of the eye. And don't worry about making mistakes. Just plan on making a bunch of them and having to erase. There's the top. And then I'm going to come over to this side and kind of measure out visually the space between here and here. And then I'm going to draw the second eye. Now, it's kind of hard for me to draw with this camera in the way, but you get the idea. You can also take a little measurement here on a piece of scrap paper, here and here, and then the distance between the two eyes should be here. So this center part should be one eye distance apart. So now I have the top part of the eye. I'm going to add this little point here. This is just the corner of the eye and the corner of the eye. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect and make the bottom portion of the eye. And you're hoping that they're going to be symmetrical, but inevitably one eye is going to be slightly different than the other, and that happens to be true in real life as well. So there is the start of the eyes. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the iris, the colored part of the eye. And we know that to be a nice round circle. This is where we get our eye color. And then I'll add the pupil, and that is that dark circle in the center that changes how big it is depending on how much light is coming in. So if it's nice bright light outside, your pupil is going to be smaller. And if it's kind of dark inside, your pupil will be larger. From here, I like to add the crease of the eye. Now this is a part that people typically forget, especially when they're first learning to draw the face. But if you look at yourself in a mirror or look at your neighbor, you will notice there's a line there, and that is where, when your eye is open, you see it. And then up above, framing the eye, is our eyebrow. And this is where we notice expression or how people are feeling. And I'm just kind of sketching these out. I can go back and correct anything, but I want to get something down first. Now, for this little corner here, I'm going to make a curved line in there because this helps to describe that the eyeball, is actually round. So those are our first elements. Out here, I'm going to add the top part of the ear, and the ear, especially for girls, will most likely get covered by hair, but it's good to know where they're placed. I'm going to stop this video here, and all I want you to do is practice eyes, and then we'll continue on with the rest of the face.